Hello, DMG's Jim here. 2024 Dungeon Master's Guide, Chapter 8 Bastions. Slowly making our way through the Bastion Special Facility section. I think each of these bears a little bit of, I think it's worth spending a little bit of time talking about how these facilities work, what can they do to your game, and how, if we can implement them, how to implement them. So as usual, we're going to read first. Read through each of these and we'll have some comments. We're doing 4 at a time. So this video is going to do the Sacristy, the Sanctuary, the Sanctum, and the Scriptorium. We're on the S's. So let's get into it. Sacristy, level 9 Bastion Facility. The prerequisite is the ability to use a holy symbol or druidic focus as a spellcasting focus. It is a roomy space with 1 hireling and it has the Bastion order to craft. A Sacristy serves as a preparation and storage room for the sacred items and religious vestments. Craft options. When you issue the craft order to this facility, choose one of the following options. Craft holy water. You commission the facility's hirelings to craft a flask of holy water. The work takes 7 days and costs no money. You can spend gold pieces during the creation process to increase the potency of the holy water. For every 100 gold pieces you spend, up to a maximum of 500 gold pieces, the damage dealt by the holy water is increased by 1d8. Your holy hand grenade creation here. Crafting magic item. Yeah, well, you're sitting right in front of the mic, dude. They can't hear you. Can't hear me. I'm going to sit in my lap. There you go, Bubby. Crafting magic item relic. You commission the facility's hirelings to craft a common or an uncommon magic item chosen by you from the relics table in Chapter 7. The facility has the tools required to craft the item, and the hireling has the proficiency with that tool as well as proficiency in the arcanist skill. See the crafting magic item section in Chapter 7 for the time and money that must be spent to craft the item. If the item allows its user to cast any spells from it, you must craft the item yourself. The facility's hireling can assist, and you must have all those spells prepared every day you spend crafting that item. Spell refreshment. Having a Sacristy allows you to regain 1 expended spell slot of level 5 or lower after spending an entire short rest in your bastion. You can't gain this benefit again until you finish a long rest. Alright. The next one up is Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is a level 5 Bastion facility. The prerequisite is the ability to use a holy symbol or druidic focus as a spellcasting focus. It is a roomy space with 1 hireling, and it also has the crafting order available to it. Icons of your religion are displayed in this facility, which includes a quiet place for worship. A sanctuary charm. After spending a long rest in your bastion, you gain a magical charm that lasts for 7 days or until you use it. The charm allows you to cast Healing Word once without expending a spell slot. You can't gain this charm again while you still have it. Or you can craft a sacred focus. When you issue the craft order to this facility, you commission the facility's hireling to craft a druidic focus, wooden staff, or a holy symbol. The work takes 7 days and costs no money. The item remains in your bastion until you claim it. And this is a level 5 sanctuary, by the way. Next up is going to be our Sanctum. Level 17 Bastion facility. The ability to use a holy symbol, druidic focus as a spellcasting focus. We're still on the priest stuff here. This is a roomy space with 4 hirelings, and it has the Empower order. A Sanctum is a place of solace and healing. The Sanctum charm. After spending a long rest in your bastion, you gain a magical charm, see supernatural gifts, that lasts for 7 days or until you use it. The charm allows you to cast Heal once without expending a spell slot. You can't gain this charm again while you still have it. Empowering Fortifying Rites. When you issue the Empower order to this facility, you inspire its hirelings to perform daily rites that benefit you or another character you name. The beneficiary doesn't need to be in the bastion where the rites are performed to gain their benefit. Each time the beneficiary finishes a long rest, they gain temporary hit points equal to your level. So you're being the player who owns the bastion, not you being the player who's receiving the blessing. Sanctum Recall. While the Sanctum exists, you always have the Word of Recall spell prepared. When you cast Word of Recall, you can make your Sanctum the destination of the spell instead of another place you have previously designated. In addition, 1 creature of your choice that arrives in the Sanction via this spell gains the benefit of a heal spell. And the last one we're going to look at in this video is the Scriptorium. This is a level 9 Bastion facility. Prerequisite is none. It's a roomy space with 1 hireling and has the Bastion order to craft. A scriptorium contains desks and writing supplies, and it has the craft option. When you issue the craft order to this facility, choose one of the following options. A book replica. You commission the facility's hirelings to make a copy of a non-magical book. Oh, you're not... I'm so sorry, kitty. Doing so requires a blank book. The work takes 7 days. Or you can craft a spell scroll. You commission the facility's hirelings to scribe a spell scroll containing one cleric or wizard spell of level 3 or lower. The facility has the necessary crafting supplies, and the hirelings meet all the prerequisites needed to scribe the scroll. The crafting equipment section in the player's handbook specifies the time needed to scribe the scroll and the cost of the scroll, which you must pay. Or you can craft paperwork. You commission the facility's hirelings to create up to 50 copies of a broadsheet, a pamphlet, or another loose leaf product. The work takes 7 days and costs you 1 gold piece per copy. At no additional cost, time or money, the facility's hirelings can distribute the paperwork to one or more locations within 50 miles of your bastion. All right, those are the 4 we're looking at today. Not too much to stress about here. These ones don't seem as heavy-handed as the 4 that we looked at beforehand. The refreshment isn't a big deal. The sanctuary makes sense. We're not getting anything heavy here. Healing word is nothing. It's a level 1 bonus action, heal you for a couple of hit point spell. It's a good thing to have on hand. That's really it. The fortifying rites is interesting. The word of recall is kind of cool. We're at level 17. So compared to some of the other facilities, it would appear that our priestly special facilities are not nearly as imbalanced as our money maker or our arcane ones. Now, the Scriptorium does crack me up a little bit because they can scribe a spell scroll containing one cleric or wizard spell of level 3 or lower, which means that your hireling is a level 5 spellcaster because they have to be able to use the spell to write the spell, correct? So by default, your hiring is now a level 1 spellcaster. What does that look like? So some of these things, as you look through the staffing requirements and the abilities that are given within your special facilities, will kind of dictate that some of the non-player characters in these buildings are pretty stout. They're pretty powerful. I mean, a level 5 ain't no joke. If I can hit you with a fireball with level 3, that automatically makes you a threatening NPC. But yet somehow our Scriptorium is going to generate enough revenue on its own to keep a level 5 wizard or druid or mage or whatever comfy and chill within this building, making scrolls for you once a week at no cost other than the cost of the scroll. You're not paying your hireling. Again, as we get through these 4 don't necessarily have as many oh shit moments as some of the other special facilities. But keep in mind, even as we go through these, you're still seeing the connections to the social aspects of the game. You're seeing connections to the geographic proximity of where am I placing my bastion versus what's around it. How do I make some of these special facilities work if I'm out in the middle of a glacier? How do some of these things have an impact if my bastion's in the middle of Waterdeep? All of these things can have are we going to require me and you as the DMs to plan and account for? They're not going to require the players to do a whole lot. We're the ones that have to make them work in our world. So keep those things in mind as you're going through the bastions, the special facilities, when you're trying to make the decision if you're going to include them or not. Okay? Gentle reminder, we're looking at the Dungeon Master's Guide, not the Player's Handbook. Your players are not obligated to have bastions unless you decide to give it to them. Just a friendly little reminder. But that's the end of this video. We'll pick up next with the smithy, the stable, the storehouse, and the teleportation circle. Yay. But thanks for hanging out. Likes, follows, subscribes are appreciated. Join us over on Twitch for live chat. Leave me some comments if you have some questions here. But above all else, thank you so much for for sharing your time with me. And hopefully we'll catch up. We're almost done with the book. Woo! See you guys soon.